Emma, let's start with you, shall we? We're going to go a little bit different. We're not going to be talking about the midterms or Gavin Williamson just yet. We're going to be talking about Meghan Markle's podcast.
Yeah.
Now, have you been listening? Because it really is a unique
It really is quite an experience. I have listened to a few episodes and tried to stop myself laughing. This is Meghan Markle. Her Spotify podcast is called Archetypes, and she talks to a series of, inspirational women in it. And in the latest episode, she's been exploring the term bitch. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say that on TV at this time in the morning. But anyway, she's saying basically that difficult women, when you call a woman difficult, it basically means that you're awesome. And that, labelling a woman as difficult is a way of sort of downplaying her really awesome qualities. Awesome is this word that is used a lot in this podcast.
I'd feel very differently if I was called a bitch than how I'd feel to be called a difficult woman.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you... I almost take it as a compliment to be... It depends in the context.
Well, I think all of it is pretty sexist anyway.
Yeah.
Why should you be, it's a bit like Theresa May being called a bloody difficult woman. But Meghan is saying that basically difficult is code word for the B word. She doesn't use the word bitch, she says the B word.
Right.
And that often, these qualities such as persistence and resilience and all of these things, which I think are awesome qualities in women, strong opinions, standing up for yourself, all of those things are kind of bungled into this label of difficult or bitch, basically. She makes a good point about female ambition, about how if you're persistent and ambitious, you're seen as pushy, bossy. All of those words that we know are used, especially in politics, are used about women who are very hardworking, who are very ambitious.
So you agree with her on this podcast, then, on the theme that difficult women is actually, it can be a good thing?
I mean, I wouldn't say I agree with Meghan Markle on much, but I think she has a point.
Is that the key, then? So what she's saying might be right, but the fact that it comes from her...
Exactly.
A lot of women might
that
think...
That immediately discredits it. But what I find extraordinary, you see, is that some men are whatever we want to call them, and some men are difficult because there are things in life to be difficult about. Some women are difficult because there are things that people should be difficult about. Other people are difficult because they can't help themselves. They're congenitally difficult. This idea that somehow you can just say, have stereotypes like that suggests that this woman is trying too hard. And I know I shouldn't say this, and I'd say this if she was a man with even more vigour. Her reach is exceeding her grasp on a lot of these things. I just don't think she's up to the analyses that she's trying to put across in the interest of getting money out of gullible American producers.
Yeah, and I think the sense with Meghan is very much that she feels so kind of hard done by. She feels that she's battling against the world, battling the royal family, all of that, whereas a lot of the outside world looks at her and sees a beautiful, privileged, very, very wealthy, very, very comfortable woman who is, kind of asking for a lot of sympathy and a lot of pity.
And what she's never appreciated